Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Bhagwadgita, chapter 2, verse 24. Achedyo yamadahyo yam akledyo shosha evacha nitya sarvagatastanuhu achaloyam sanatanaha. Achedyo yamadahyo akledyo ashosha evacha. Achedyo. This is unbreakable. We have discussed these four qualities in verse 23. What is verse 23? Nainam chandanti sastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, nachainam kledayan chapo, nashosheti marutaha, nainam chandanti sastrani. Weapons cannot cut it. In verse 23. Repeat in verse 24. Achedyo. It is unbreakable. So the four qualities of the Atman which we have discussed in verse 23, that it cannot be cut by the weapons, it cannot be burnt by the fire, it cannot be wet by the water, moisturized by water, it cannot dry, it cannot be dried with the air. The same four qualities in verse 24, line 1, it has been repeated. What are they? Achedyo, it is unbreakable. Yamadahyo, it cannot be burnt. Akledyo, it cannot be wet or it cannot be moistured. Asosya, it cannot be dried. It cannot be dried. In the second line, he is discussing the qualities of Atman again. Nityaha. Nityaha means eternal. It is always there, everlasting. Sarvagataha. Sarvagataha, all pervading. Nityaha, sarvagataha. Stanuhu, unchangeable. Achalaha, immovable. Sanatanaha, eternally the same. So 5 qualities of Atman have been discussed in line number 2. 1. Nityaha, Sarvagataha, Sthanuhu, Achalaha, Sanatanaha. Nityaha, everlasting, eternal. Sarvagataha, all pervading. Sthanuhu, unchangeable. Achalaha, immovable. Sanatanaha, eternally the same. These are the 5 qualities of the Atman he has discussed. Let us analyze. The first point to be noted is certain points are repeated. The whole intention of the great teacher Lord Krishna, the universal teacher, Jagat Guru, is to put into your mind that you are Atman, you are Jivatma, you are part and parcel of Paramatma, you are not this body, you are Atman, you are Atman, you are Atman. That is the point you want to put into your mind. Not only learning, but Veda, as I explained earlier, you have to realize. It is a transcendental knowledge. You have to transcend from this materialistic world to the spiritual world. For that, wherever necessary, the important points will be repeated. There is no wrong in it. Even Jagat Guru Shankaracharya in one of the commentaries stated, repetition is not wrong, is not at all wrong, so long the student does not capture it. The moment the student becomes illumined, he sees the God everywhere. The question of repetition doesn't arise anymore. We have to realize we are Jivatman. From verse 2, verse 700, our journey started, will be completed by 700. Once we complete all the verses of Bhagavad Gita, we must be able to realize what is Jivatma, what is Paramatma, who am I? Who am I? That question answer you will get from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. That is the purpose. Now, the repetition. First point you have to remember is the individual soul, that is we, all the human beings, all the animals, wherever soul is there, are not independent of the super soul. We are connected to the super soul. But because of the Maya, because of the illusion, we always feel we are separate from the God. We are away from the God. These 5 senses continuously take us away from the God. And this verse says, go towards the God. It makes you remember that you are part and parcel of the God. 2. The only way to see God or to merge with the super soul or to see the super soul or to be independent of this materialistic world, liberation, salvation. How liberation will come, how salvation will come? Very simple. Read Bhagwadgita. Follow the principles laid down by Lord Krishna in Bhagwadgita. Read Bhagavatam. Understand it. This is a transcendental knowledge. You'll overcome all these materialistic distresses, problems, and see the God. The goal is to realize I am Brahman. Now, let us analyze the words here you read. One is said, Nityaha. One is Nityaha. Nitya means eternal. Means it cannot be destroyed. What does it mean? Not limited by time. There was never a time this Atma was not in existence, or there will never be a time Atma will not exist. The other way of analysis is Nitya. It was never born. There was never a time that it was born. Or there will never be a time it will die. Anything which taking birth has to die. That cannot be called Nitya. So from here the point to understand is, if we think we are the body, we cannot be called Nitya. Because body has a beginning, body has an end. There is a manufacturing date, there is an expiry date. So it cannot be called Nitya. So the verse is telling, you are Jivatma, you are part and parcel of Paramatma, you are Nitya. So how we can realize that we are Nitya? We have to think that we are not this body. This body is the only dress to me. The way I am changing the dresses, I am changing the bodies. But I continue to exist. I was existing in my childhood, I was existing in my youth, I am existing in my old days. I will exist after death also. Then only I can be called Nitya. But if I feel that I am this body only, then I cannot be called Nitya. So this verse says, Bhagavad Gita verse 24 says, you are Nitya. You means Atman. So let us feel we are Atman and we are Nitya. Second point is Sarvagataha, not limited in space. Not limited in space. It means it is pervading all. All. Is it in India? Yes. Is it in America? Yes. Is it in the whole universe? Yes. Does it cover whole solar system? Yes. Why solar system? Other stars, galaxies, everything. Sarvagataha, Sarvagataha. Not limited by space. God is everywhere. Atman is everywhere. We have to establish our link with that Atman. We are Jivatman. We are part and parcel of that Paramatma. Is it in men? Yes. Is it in women? Yes. Is it in a low-cost scavengers? Yes. Sunichaiva swapakecha pandita samadarsanaha. Is it in a dog? Yes. Is it in a tiger? Yes. See God everywhere. See God everywhere. See God everywhere. All pervading. Sarvagataha. The Vishnu Sahasram, the 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. The first line starts, Visvam Vishnum Vashakkaraha Bhota Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. Visvam Vishnu, the whole Visvam, the whole world is Lord Vishnu. All pervading. Sarvagataha. In Vedas, Antar Bahischa Tat Sarvam Vyapya Narayanasthitaha. Antar means inside, Bahischa means outside. Tat Sarvam, that all, spread. Who? Narayana. Narayana is inside you, Narayana is outside you. All pervading. So, Nityaha Sarvagataha Sthanuhu. Next word is Sthanuhu. Sthanuhu means unchangeable. It is everywhere. It is unchangeable. You will find continuously river water is flowing. River water is flowing. The water is changing. River may be there, but water is changing. But here, there is no change. Because it is spread everywhere. How it can change? The next meaning is achalam. Since it is everywhere, it cannot move. Movement indicates from this particular pen, from here, I took from here. So it is a movement. But Atman is here, Atman is here, Atman is there, Atman is here, Atman is inside, Atman is outside. So it is Achala. Sanatana, it is eternally the same. It was not produced. There is no cause. If there is a cause, there will be an effect. Seed is the cause, tree is the effect. But this Atman, there is nothing preceding Atman. It was go 1,000 years back, 1 crore years back, it is there. It was there. So here comes Hindu religion also called Sanatana. Religion is consisting of two parts. One is ritualistic part, second is realization part. In ritual part, go to the temples, read Bhagwadgita, read Ramayana, do all kinds of meditations, do the prayers, go to the church, go to the temple. All these are for various rituals are there. Sun God how to pray, various rituals. These are to bring moral code of conduct and ethics in us, to discipline our mind. But that is not the goal. Reading Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavata, going to the temples is not the goal. Goal is spiritual realization. The goal is I am Atman. To reach that goal, this is the path only. This is the process only. So religion let us convert into two parts. Part one is dharma, process, rituals, procedures. Part two is realization. Without part one, it is difficult to go to part two because first we have to discipline our mind. So what are the take homes from this particular verse and Bhagavad Gita? In our day-to-day life, we will face a lot of adversities. So when we think that I am this body, we suffer more from the stress. We suffer more from the stress. But when we feel after this verse, no, I am Atman, I am Nitya, I am Sarvagataha, I am Sthanu, I am Achaloyam, Sanatana, I am all pervading, I am connected to that Almighty, then our inner confidence will grow. We will respond to the adversity with maturity, with stability of mind. Let us not agitate or irritate or disappoint. Rather, regulate our emotions and choose the right way to resolve all our problems with the help of Gita. We will find in every threat, we will find an opportunity. We will find an opportunity. Let this universe be our university. The world where we are living is practically our classroom. In a classroom, we need a teacher. Here, in this world, our teacher is Lord Krishna. That classroom teacher is available for some hours. But this teacher, Lord Krishna, in this world to us, available 24/7, well inside our heart. He will address all our problems. The only thing is we are required to knock his door. Surrender to him. Shishyasteham sadhivam tvam prabannam. Surrender to the Almighty. The teacher is always there to help you. Let us drink the nectar of Gita. The teacher has already given. Let us read all the verses with meaning, with letter and spirit. So, but the point is, we all have radios to hear various songs. So, we have to connect our consciousness to that frequency. The songs are always coming. They are already there. Whether you call TV, radio, all, there are 1,000 channels in the TV. You have to connect to that particular frequency. Rearrange your mind. So God is continuously giving us instructions and advices. He is there well inside to guide us, since He is all pervading. The only problem is we are not connected and tuned to His frequency, whereby we are unable to hear the inner voice because we are not tuned. So let us tune ourselves to the frequency of the God so that that inner voice will guide in all our adversities and bring confidence to face the world. There is a difference when you don't read Gita and Bhagavat. Without that, what happens? I will give you a small comparison. We say when we don't take the guidance of Lord Krishna, things are done right. We'll say, I try to do all things right. But when you read Gita, you will ask a question. Right things are done or not? What you have done may be right, but is it right to do or not is the first question. So before starting the work only, we will ask this question: right things are done or not? Climbing up the ladder properly. After reading Gita, you will say, is the ladder leaning towards the right wall? If the ladder is not leaning to the right wall, we will not reach the destination. Again, we will trap in the worldly issues. We have a narrow vision before reading Gita. We have a wide vision and we will see ultimate benefits. So, let us illumine our intellect with the sun, that is the teachings of Bhagwadgita, the wisdom of Bhagwadgita, and remove the darkness. The goal is, as I said you, Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Atman. I am Atman. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.